The Measure tool lets you measure the distance between 2 points on your workspace. These could be between 2 objects, or an object and a page element or guide. There are 2 ways to find a measurement. I can click where I'd like to start measuring, and then click again where I'd like to measure to. Alternatively, I can click-drag from the start and release at the end. If you need to adjust the start or the end of the measurement, you can hover over the end that you'd like to move, and the cursor will change. Then you can either click-drag the point to a new location, or click once to lift the end, and click again to release it. These measurements are not permanently displayed, and they do not appear on prints. They will disappear when a new measurement is made or a different tool is selected. Up on the context toolbar, you can choose a drawing scale for your document or artboard from a list of standard scales. If you don't know the scale, but you do know a measurement, you can assign a drawing scale. For example, I know that this gallery wall is 5 meters across, so I'll click-drag from the left side to the right. I'll hold Shift to make sure the measurement is perfectly level. Now I'll click Assign Drawing Scale. Here you can type in real-world dimensions in metric or imperial units, and the drawing scale will be calculated for you. I'll type in 5m for 5 meters and press Apply or Enter. Now I can measure anything in the photo in the correct drawing scale. For example, I can see that this wall is 3 meters high. I can also use the Object Creation dialog to create shapes with the actual dimensions of the art that I'd like to hang, so I can try them in different configurations in the space. I'll just quickly create some shapes to represent the art and hang them across the wall. Now there are a few keyboard shortcuts that may help you measure. As we saw before, Shift will lock the measurement to 45-degree increments. And if I pause whilst keeping Shift held down, a dashed projection line will appear, allowing me to make sure that my measurement is perfectly lined up. Additionally, I can use the up or down arrows to access this projection line for a vertical measure, or the left and right arrows for a horizontal measure. When working with drawing scales, it's still possible to swap back to unscaled measurements. On the Transform panel, a checkbox has appeared, allowing us to toggle between scaled and unscaled measurements. The Measure tool is also plane-aware, so it can be used along the axes of 3D grids. We also have another measuring tool, the Area tool. This tool is particularly useful for combining perimeter measurements and working out areas. Here I have a floor plan, and the first thing I'm going to do is assign a drawing scale. I'll select the Measure tool and draw a line from the front of the oven to the wall. Now I'll go to the Context toolbar and click Assign Drawing Scale. In the UK, countertops can be around 60 centimetres, so I'll type that in and press Enter. Before using the Area tool, I need to select the objects that I'm going to be measuring, so I'll use V to select the Move tool and click-drag to select the cooker. Now I'll hold the left mouse button on the Measure tool and select the Area tool. The Area tool lets you measure the area, total perimeter, or specific section lengths of an object while you hover over it. Here I'm measuring the perimeter of the cooker. When I hover the mouse over the curve, the perimeter measurement appears. If I hover over an area, the total area measured turns red and the area value appears. I also have some settings on the Context toolbar. The first number tells me how many objects are in my selection to be measured, and next to that is the drawing scale drop-down list. To the right of this, we have 2 perimeter modes. Full Edge will measure the entire length or outline of an object, as we did earlier. Or we can choose Cusped Segments, which will measure the length of a particular section. As well as individual objects, you can measure multiple lengths or areas at once. The total values of all the selected measurements are displayed on the Context toolbar. If I select this edge of the cooker, the top will read 60 centimetres. Then if I click another side of the cooker, it now reads 120, because it has added the 2 perimeter sections together. To remove a perimeter section from the total, just click it again to deselect it. The same can be said for the area measurements. If I wanted to measure the area of the footprint of the cooker, I can click the cooker and add each of the hob rings so the entire area is included. So that was a quick look at the Measure and Area tools. Thanks for watching.